Hi everyone, my name is Samantha and welcome to my YouTube channel, Sewing in Switzerland. So, you want to learn to sew or you want to improve your sewing skills, but you have little to no budget and don't know where to start. I have compiled a list of resources that are free and fantastic for learning or improving your skill set or whatever it is that you want to do around, related to sewing. So these are my recommended vlogs, blogs, and people who have documented their, sewing information for the world to see. Because Googling how to sew is a lot like jumping in the sea and looking for a mermaid. Right, it gets really overwhelming really quickly, and there's a ton of different ways to do one single technique in sewing. So you're often going to get contradicting or contrasting information and not know which one's right for you or which one that you want to try, or you might end up combining two techniques into one, and it just gets really scary quick, to be honest. So I've put together a list of recommended people. These are just my own recommendations, so I'm just going to jump into it. So let's start with if you're looking to repair your already made clothing or garments. There's a YouTuber called Professor Pincushion who has a really great series on repairing a hole in your t-shirt, repairing ripped jeans, darning socks, repairing lace or chiffon or, tricky to work with fabrics. So I would recommend them. So this is purely if you have a garment that's already finished and you need to repair that to increase its longevity. That would be my go-to for that one. So yeah, Professor Pincushion, and I'll put the link to their YouTube and all the other information in the description as well. So let's go on to garments that you're looking to make for yourself. So I'm imagining that you're halfway through a project and you're looking through the instructions and you come across the next step and you're not 100% sure on how to do it or what it means, or even what the instructions, that can sometimes be ambiguous, are asking you to do. Where do you go? What do? You can Google it, and I found, you get different variations of the same technique appear. So that can get really tricky because you don't know which one that you need or which one's right for you. So there is a pattern company called Fiber Mood, and they have a separate blog website that has, I'm just checking the name on my notes here. It's called Fiber Mood Academy. And they've got a number of video tutorials that show you specifically it's not like a how-to sewing, you start at the beginning and you work all the way through. It's a specific technique. So like how to insert sleeves or sew a buttonhole or all the different zip insertions. They've got a long list of different zip insertions, or something like, I don't know, you're working on a coat and you don't know how to do the vent in the back, and there's a video on that, and there's a video on like the burrito method, and so it's really like specific, but it's really, really good. So I do recommend that. So that's specifically for like increasing your skill set, or if you just come across a term that you're not 100% on, then their videos are really good. Now I will say that their videos are voiceless, right? So they have overlaid this kind of, I don't know, like elevator music is what I would call it. And I don't know if it's the neurodivergence in me or if it's just something that bothers everyone. But the elevator music, it makes me deeply uncomfortable. I have to watch it on mute. So if you're kind of noise sensitive and you really specifically don't like that noise, then yeah, watch it on mute because it is voiceless. So yeah, makes my skin crawl. I can listen to people talking, I can listen to people that are silent and it's just, like breathing or whatever, that's fine. But the elevator, like hold music, whoa, no. I don't like it. So you have to watch it on mute, unless it doesn't bother you, in which case that's fine. So one I stumbled upon that I didn't know until very, very recently was that Cashmerette also have a blog. And there's like a separate blog website. So again, I'll put all the links in that inside. So I mentioned on my Make 9 video the other week, and then again in my underwear recommendation video as well, for like basic patterns, my go-to patterns for those. And I just thought, I was watching it back and I was thinking, Sam, you're a bit boring. Like, they're all just massive knickers. So I was looking around and kind of familiarising myself with lingerie sewing, and then I went down a rabbit hole with, like bra adjustments and good fittings for bras, and I ended up like literally stumbling across the Cashmerette blog, and they have a 13-part series on making bras and bra fitting and adjusting patterns for bras, and it was just really great information. It's illustrated, so you can see like how the pattern deviates from, any particular adjustments that you need to make on those. It's really well put together. It's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, they've got other things as well. They've got all the different back adjustments that you might need to do explained, like if you need a narrow back or a broad back or a sway back. It goes on and on, right? So it's a really fantastic resource if you need to make any adjustments. When I think of an adjustment, I think of like a full bust adjustment, which is also on there, right? And most people who have a full bust and know that you need to make that on the regular, make it, but there's so many other adjustments that kind of could improve the fit of your sewing as well. So it's worth just kind of scrolling through and having like a read of, like it's genuinely very interesting. So yeah, and that got me thinking, because I never knew that they had a blog at all. And I thought, how many other resources out there that are free that I don't know about, or that you might not know about, and I'm hoarding over here. So I'm giving you my recommendations, and I'm hoping, if you don't mind, if you could also message in the comments and let me know what your recommendations, if you have any like free sewing resources that you recommend as well. Because I think this is a really great sharing exercise. Like, there are some courses, like sewing courses online, and they're so incredibly expensive, and then there's all this wealth of information that's just like hidden and totally free. So yeah, I'm keen to shine a light onto that. So if you're looking at, I'm going to move on now from a waffling. If you're looking at the basics in garment sewing, so like how to read a pattern, how to know what size to pick for yourself in a pattern, understanding, ease between garment size and body size, and, the very kind of beginner stuff that you just kind of need to know with garment sewing, then I recommend Evelyn Wood's amazing YouTube. Her YouTube she's been going for years. It's absolutely fantastic. There's like a whole wealth of knowledge on this page. Like, she has so many videos, and I recommend just watching through, because you can learn like really great things, even if they're not things that you think that you need to know, or don't. I'm just interested in it, so I like to watch these things anyway. So yeah, she's really great. She's also got a whole series on like vintage styles and refashioning projects, like from made garments into vintage styles, and they're really interesting to watch as well. So yeah, 100% Evelyn Wood. She's very good at explaining things, and I find her very peaceful to watch. She's got a very gentle, nice aura. So yeah, that would be my recommendation for like beginner pattern understanding, I guess. So moving on, obviously the first thing you get that comes up when you Google like how to sew, where do I start, what do I do, is seam work. Well, as soon as you Google this, you will be forever inundated with targeted adverts right? Their advertising campaign is aggressive. I actually have a Seamwork membership, and I still get the targeted adverts. Sign up to Seamwork today. Try Seamwork. It's like, leave me alone. So yeah, so I do have a Seamwork subscription. I will say they are quite expensive. So do make sure that what you can get from Seamwork is something that you actually need. They have a lot of information, a lot of patterns, a whole community side of things, and that kind of gets thrust upon you quite heavily. Excuse me. And it can make you think, oh gosh, do I really definitely need this? Maybe, maybe not. There are lots of free resources out there. So if it's not in your budget, and you're thinking, can I learn to sew without paying this money? The answer is undoubtedly yes, 100% yes. They do also have a free blog and a free YouTube channel, which is worth taking a look at. It's very heavy on their own patterns and their own, information that's related to their own patterns and their own sewing techniques and that information that they're trying to sell you, basically. However, the YouTube channel is actually pretty good. They have a really great fabric guide resource that I recommend. So if you're kind of trying a new fabric or a fabric that you haven't necessarily worked with very often, like something that kind of comes up not very often is like velvet, anything with a pile. If you're thinking, I want to sew with denim, but if I use the wrong needle, is my machine going to blow up? Or, kind of any worries that you have, this fabric guide is a really great place to start on sewing with these fabrics. And it just gives you kind of upfront techniques on, knit sewing and like not using a straight stitch, obvious stuff once you know it. But if you're not familiar with the fabric, then it's a really great place to start, and I do recommend that. So my next one is the one that I'm most obsessed with, and it's your local library. And there's an app that you can get called Libby, right? And I didn't know that you could get this in Switzerland. I thought that it was a US thing. I wasn't aware that it was like a global thing. It's also something you can get in the UK. I know that you guys in the US and Canada have it as well. So I'd be keen to know where you're from in the world and if you have access to the Libby app. And you basically put in your library card number and then you get access to like Kindle books, and audiobooks and like tons of resources that I would not associated with the library. One of the main things, I'm probably teaching you to suck eggs. This is really new information for me, but I didn't know about this until recently. They also have a lot of magazine subscriptions. So if your library doesn't have a subscription to a particular magazine, you can actually request it, and if there's budget, they might say yes and add it to the subscription list, which I think is just really cool, And also magazines are expensive, and I don't know like the price of things outside of Switzerland so much, because obviously we've been here a few years now, but price of magazines was like one of the biggest culture shocks with moving here. They're like £20, 20 francs, like a magazine. It's hella expensive. It is so expensive, right? And I used to love getting magazines in the UK. And we'd have like a subscription and it would just come to your house and you get like a little gift and oh yeah, I love it. But I just couldn't do that here. It was just extortionate. It's so expensive. So yeah, signing up to the library meant that I now can access all of these magazines like digitally. And if you want to read them, you can go into the library, like the actual physical building, and then you can like photocopy the patterns. So if you need the physical copy, then you can go and like, work with it there as well. And also, I've noticed now that a lot of sewing magazines contain like QR codes, and basically on your phone, what I do is just screenshot it and then get the QR thing loaded. I'm really showing my non-techie side, aren't I? and you get like a free pattern. There are so many free patterns that I've got from magazines that wouldn't ordinarily be free. So yeah, it's very cool. So some of my favourite magazines is Telco magazine. I think they're really great. They have a wonderful range of patterns. Threads magazine has some really interesting articles, and just like the latest and greatest in all like the sewing news, you know. And I think it's UK based when I say Simply Sewing. I'm not sure if they have like a non-UK version, but they're pretty good. There's also Peppermint magazine, Burda magazine for all like the patterns, and they do really good photo like shoots, so you can see all like the fashions, and they do a lot of like trend predictions and stuff, so that's really cool. And I also get Vogue, and I really like fashion, okay guys, I really like clothes, and I really like the whole kind of designer behind it. So I get UK Vogue, I get German Vogue, I get the US version of Vogue, and I also get the France version of Vogue, right? I speak enough German to maybe get by. I don't speak any French, unless you count GCSE French, in which case if they did like an expose of what was in my pencil case, I'd be able to read that. Or if they did an interview on or how to get to the local swimming pool, I could also read that. I don't know why they would have that in there, but I could read that. So, yeah. Or is it the local beach? I don't know. I could get us to a body of water. Okay. Actually, talking of a body of water. So, I have new brace colours on. Had them done last week. And my orthodontist said, "What colours do you want?" I said, "I want hot tub teeth." He was like, "Sam, what?" I said, "I want hot tub teeth. I want you to look at my teeth, right, and think, wow, they remind me of like swimming or relaxing in a hot tub." Because I want to try and convince my husband to take me on holiday, right? But I want it to be his idea. He was like, "Are you using your brace to like subliminally control subliminal suggestion to your husband?" I was like, yes I am. So now I've got hot tub teeth, and as if it's not worked, so I've got all the blues, but it looks, I think, quite nice, you know. So yeah, well, I've gone a bit rogue here. I have had a Red Bull, okay? Now, I'm not saying that's obvious, but... So, a final note. I will say, as a final note, that sewing is a craft, right? It's very much like witchcraft. You wouldn't just take up witchcraft and then, like, hex everyone you don't like, right? You'd have to practice it first. Now, sewing is exactly the same. You can read all of the resources, all of the books, all of the magazines, until the cows come home. What a stupid saying. But you will only be able to get indescribably better at sewing if you practice it and practice it and practice it. Okay, so yeah, nothing beats learning as you go, learning to do it, making the mistakes. They are a vital and integral part of a sewing journey. So yeah, now get out there and sew, brew a potion, join a coven. Don't care what it is as long as you're practicing it, okay? Thanks so much. If you like this video, do please like and subscribe. One day I'll get it. And subscribe. See you all soon. Bye.